All right, all right, all right. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Coach JP to our most exciting presentation, guys. We are going to have a blast. You're going to get a little bit of education. You're going to learn about two. Somebody drop down in the chat for me how many ways you're going to learn about earning income. You're going to learn about what? You're going to learn about two different ways that you can earn income inside of our platform. But what's even more exciting is you're going to learn that if you can do eat one, the other, or you can do both. And that's pretty cool, especially when what we were looking for to give you an idea of kind of like just the backstory of how we ended up with this particular platform. A lot of my friends and I, my business partners, we were actually working in the world of travel. Travel, as you may know, took a bit of a hit, okay, because of the current health crisis. And so we found ourselves having to refund a lot of customers their cruise money or their destination travel money because of the fact that we've got this current situation. It only makes sense. It's nobody's fault. But what COVID did was made me slow down really and just kind of look at life. And it just made me realize that, kind of like when you're running and you're just doing your thing and grooving everything, you kind of like think, okay, that looks like it's straight. That looks like it's straight. But when I slowed down, y'all, and I started to smell the roses, I was like, oh, there's a lot of weeds in my bed. You know what I mean? In other words, I am nowhere near where I want to be to have, number one, retired 8 years ago, let alone retire this year. And so I began to think and looking at my finances, I'm like, I need a couple of $1 million earning some interest, like with the quickness. And I was praying for some things, and I talked to some of our champions, Rhonda and Leslie, and a couple of the other champions, Rayshawn, and we were like, okay, so what do we need in order to be able to not only lock down our future, but we're not the only ones who are probably looking at our current situation and thinking it's good, but it needs to be better. Or for some people, it's like I'm one of those 42 million Americans that need something because I had to file for unemployment, and finding employment is a little bit difficult. Think about the families the people that this year right now that would love to look for holiday income, but they can't do it because look what's going on. So this is what we came up with. We said we had a few things that were going to be like very important to us if we were actually going to build another platform. And one was that the leadership, they had a sense of direction, a strong mindset, they were God-fearing, they were ethical, they were professional, and they were strong trainers. And so we can put a check mark by that one because we did get that one. We wanted one where with the company we had a level playing field. In other words, everybody starts at the same place, and we didn't want to be, we found a company that literally started October the 1st. And so, right, everybody's basically getting started right now. One that has strong compensation. And the reason we were looking at that was we wanted to be able to create what we call a residual income. And a residual income is an income where, of course, it keeps coming in. We don't mind going to work for it. We don't mind rolling up our sleeves and actually going to work. But what we do mind is working and really not having anything to show for it. So we decided, okay, you know what? We wanted that. We wanted something with a profitable product. Let me tell you what that means. And Stuart is going to explain it to you a little bit further in just a few minutes. But what it means is we wanted a product where, because I've been in companies personally, where if I did not really recruit a whole bunch of people, or my team couldn't, you couldn't make a lot of money. And then I've been in companies where the product was a good product, but you just couldn't make enough selling it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So we wanted a product where you could make money in it if you never had a customer. B, you could make good money in it, and you didn't have to build a team. And we found that. And then we wanted weekly pay, low startup costs, and a company that was worldwide. So when I tell you we actually got everything that we were looking for in this platform, we got everything. You're literally at the forefront of something. And a lot of us, number one, great opportunities don't always knock. They say opportunity knocks, but great opportunities don't always knock. And so, when you got an opportunity where you're right at the beginning of when a company launches, that is a big deal, because oftentimes we find out about good things after, and sometimes long after they became a good thing. So we're excited that we're at the forefront, and we're excited about the fact that we're global. I'm so excited. There's a young man over in the UK that actually got started in business with us and is already growing his own team in the UK. They're just putting together a band of people because, you think about living in America, you think about what's going on in America, right? But did this thing hit the whole world? It did not limit itself to any part of the world. And so even in countries like India, in countries like Nigeria, in countries like the UK, people have had to close businesses, which means people are unemployed. And so we are worldwide right now, y'all, 145 different countries and territories. Literally, whether a person wants to learn the skill set of Forex and earn 4, 5, or 6 figures doing that, or grow a team and earn 4, 5, or 6 figures doing that, you can do it right here under this umbrella. Because we've assembled some of the best minds in foreign exchange, and you're going to meet her in the bottom right hand side. Her name is Coach Max. I'm not going to try to pronounce her last name, but what I love about Coach Max is Coach Max came from the school of hard knocks, kind of similar to my situation where, the recession hit, our bank filed bankruptcy. 3 years later, we closed our doors because we could never recover. After we paid them back the 2.5 million, it was almost a wrap because nobody else was loaning money to 2 young kids growing, built with a dealership in downtown Newport News, right? But on the other side of that, this young lady, she actually had just had a baby, just got married, brand new house, and voila, all of a sudden her job decides we no longer need you. So she found herself having to start over as well. So she started studying Forex, taught 70,000 people how to actually earn money in Forex before she was ever hired by us. So we're really, really lucky to have her. My best friend, Mr. David McCovey, in the upper left-hand corner, always builds business that's for the people, by the people, with the company second and the people first. That for me is a big deal. And the fact that he actually is growing his own team inside of this platform means a lot to me too, because it says, I'm not just going to be the owner of the company and saying, hey, y'all go do this. I'm going to do the exact same thing I'm telling you guys to go do. That's big. That is really, really big. So that means he understands, what the field goes through. So now let's talk about what Forex actually is. It stands for foreign exchange. It is the act of buying and selling currencies. Big banks have used it for years. When they go down at midnight, you know what I mean? And you have the stuff it doesn't process all the same like it does before then. Well, most of the time, they're inside of the foreign exchange market. They're earning 400, 500, 600%, sometimes on the money or more. And then they come back and give us 1 or 2%. So this gives us the ability to say, okay, you know what? We're going to set you aside, big bank, and we're going to invest our own money into Forex. It's a portable skill. And like Stuart said earlier, and you're going to meet him here in just a second, like Stuart said earlier, it's one of those things that once you got the education, the education is something that nobody can ever take away from you. So it being the largest market in the world, it actually took Stuart, and if you can come off mute, it actually took Stuart telling this young lady, because she was saying, well, you know what, I work nights. In the morning when I get home, it's about getting the children prepped for, in homeschool. I'm having to work with the teachers. I think she said like until 8:30 in the morning. So mind you, she just got off at 7. I have to work with the students till 8:30, the teachers to 8:30, get my kids doing what they're supposed to do for school. And she said, of course, I can't go to sleep. I've got to monitor them. And then I try to get a little bit of sleep before I get up and go back to work. She's like, I don't even know, with the fact that, she's thinking of New York Stock Exchange, not the same thing. So she's like, with the fact that they close, I think she said either 4:30 or 5, I really don't even see when I can actually, participate in the market. It was only after that when Stuart said, well, you know what? This is open 24 hours a day, right, Stuart?
Yes.
What I love about this platform is, the fact that number one, it passed the sniff test with Stuart Anderson, super smart. He and his beautiful bride have 3 or 4 businesses in their home, right? They get to write off all of these different things. But I knew that if it was something that Stuart felt like he and his wife could earn money in, and they said yes to it, then it passed the sniff test, then we were good to go. So Mr. Anderson, I love hearing from you. I'm going to follow you and what you're saying and show everybody the back office while you go through it. But family, I want to introduce you to Stuart Anderson, brand new Forex trader, or trader student. I don't think you started trading yet. Have you, Stuart?
No, I'm working in my demo account, getting my skills up. But okay. Thank you, Coach. Family, Forex trading has become super exciting. Over the past few weeks that I've been learning, I've acquired such a respect for the information and the people that have put it out. Coach Max and her team have done an excellent job of compiling information for a new trader. The information is broken down into easy to digest pieces, so you don't kind of get lost in the weeds, as they say. You get to watch about 15, 20-minute videos that cover everything from topics, terminology, strategies. And the part that I like the most about it is that the people who are presenting the information are just extremely personable. You're not looking at people who are been doing something like for 50 years and they're like so far removed from it that what they're saying doesn't make sense. The people who are actually teaching it are young go-getters, people who've gone through the lumps and bumps of learning Forex and are willing to share their information to help you from avoiding the lumps and bumps. You get to start off in the Epic University. They apply you a 2-week syllabus. Those 2 weeks cover each day of the material that they're going to present to you. It's not so overwhelming that you have to spend the entire 2 weeks doing it. You can spend two days or you can spend 2 months. You really go at your own pace. Some of the videos I've watched, I've gone over 2 or 3 times because you go further along in the university. Things that were said at the beginning now click. You think, oh, okay, this is what this means. You get to go back, watch a video again, and start applying what you've learned. As you get comfortable about in the second week, they have you open up a demo account. They have you go find a broker, which they point out where different brokers are. Once you sign up with a broker, you are given a demo account. And that demo account is where you get to learn and practice the skills that you've been going over for the past week. They really suggest, and I suggest also that you really want to go into your demo account, because your demo account is a place that you get to practice strategies. Even once you start trading live, you still use your demo account to practice on different strategies that you may want to try out without risking your own investment. And on the investment, there are brokers that will let you start off with as low as $50. So you have very little to lose, but a whole lot to gain. From this here chart that Coach is showing you, this is a typical spreadsheet of what currencies are being traded. And the top row, you're seeing the euro versus the dollar. Basically, what you're doing is that you're buying euro on the hope that it will increase in relationship to the dollar, hence the green. But typically when we're looking at things, we say, oh, well, green must be good and red must be bad. That's not always the case when you're trading currency. In the second line, you're looking at the US versus the Japanese yen. In this instance, we're hoping that the yen actually goes down compared to the US dollar. So in this, we're hoping that now we want to see more red. So as you are looking at this, you start learning more, you start seeing trends. And Coach Max's training shows you where you would see trends at. They even tell you what days are good days to trade on. Mondays are slow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays are more activity, Fridays are slower. So you get to learn more. When you go into the live sessions, you get to see live trades being made. And during those live trades, they send out what's called signals. Signals are hints to say, hey, this trade is moving. You may want to invest in this currency. This trend is going down. You may want to sell this currency. So you get to see those actual live trades and be a part of the actual currency buying and selling. I mean, it's super exciting just to see how big businesses have been doing this for years, and to know you can do the same thing and earn what they're earning.
That's pretty awesome. So with this calendar, I look at this calendar that they have set up for the traders, and it is a full calendar. Like, it is totally full. So, and that's not that everybody has to be on everything. This is just to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to be on what they do need for themselves. And you've said that people, you've set a goal for you and your bride that you believe is a realistic goal. And what Coach Max has, said to people. So a person looking at this, like yourself, who says, right now, I'm not looking to build Coach JP, but I am interested in learning some income, part-time. Realistically speaking, give the champions an idea, realistically speaking, using the product, where a person could start, or where you plan what you set your goals for the Anderson family.
Well, going over the information with Coach Max, playing in my demo account, and just getting my feet wet into the Forex market looking at a goal of $50 to $100 a day in trading is very realistic and really very doable. You are not doing it just on your own, just by guessing. You're actually being guided to say these are things that you would do. And when you're practicing in your demo account, you get to kind of get a feel for, all right, this is how my trades will go. And you can do the same exact trades that you do in your demo account in your real account. So you want to try something out, say, hey, what would it be like if I purchased 500 units of Japanese yen? Try it out in your demo account. See how the market responds. If you think that's a good trade and your strategy has been successful in your demo account, then you get to try it out in your live account. So the whole environment is just one in which people are there to help, which has been just totally different because normally people are just out for themselves. Here, you're acting with Coach Max and her team, showing you how to use this skill, how to learn this skill, and how to put this skill back into actual becoming a very profitable trader.
Excellent.
So this
excellent.
is just super, super exciting. Coach?
Excellent, excellent. Well, I am excited to have you actually share with the champions like what's actually happening, what's going on. Drop some V's down in the chat for Stuart Anderson family, because he always breaks this thing down so well, you know, and it actually excites me. And I'm not a product person as much as I am a recruiter, but I tell you what, Stuart, the way you break it down and how plain you make it when you're actually sharing with us really, really helps. So family, if you're understanding a little bit, as a matter of fact, let me just do this. And I started doing this for the UK champions because what they were saying was, you know, they weren't quite understanding that there are two totally different platforms that we're actually working in. So under one umbrella, champions, under one umbrella are actually two different, you know, companies, or two different, you know, ways to earn income. You just heard from Stuart. He talked about the fact that you're going to earn income in the Forex market. You're going to actually earn income in the Forex market. He talked about the fact that you have the university and Coach Max that are going to train you and teach you on everything that you need to actually do to earn income. He actually talked to you about the fact that you're going to do transactions, and the whole idea, he said, is sometimes is that he said that reds are not bad. It may mean that you're going to be able to make a profit because of what the market, you know, the market is actually doing. He talked to you about the fact that, you know, he and his bride are saying anywhere from $50 to $100 a day just to start, you know, 50 to 100. And then guys, do you understand that that could be anywhere from, if you did $100 a day, right? That's about $3,000 per month. Well, that's the starting place. But there are people on line that you're going to be listening to that are earning at this point in time in their career up to $100,000 or more. So you can earn that 4, 5, or 6 figures inside of this platform, right? He talks to you about what the product is. What is the product? Okay, so that for those of you who may think, okay, well, is this like the New York Stock Exchange? It is not. The product is currency. You heard Stuart talk about the Japanese yen, right? He talked about the Japanese yen. He talked about the British pound, the US dollar, the euro. It is actually currency. So it's a whole different animal. And quite like Stuart, you have to be really, really open to this education, because they're going to want you to start in that demo account before you go live, right? So that's platform number one. Right. So we've just talked about that. We've given you an overview. Of course, the person that invited you can give you a test drive of the back office. I kind of was whipping through it as Stuart was talking about it. But that background and that university is comprehensive and very thorough, which is why Stuart likes it, because again, he is a professor. So he knows good content when he sees it. But on the other side, family, you also have an opportunity to build a team, okay? B-U-I-L-D. So you actually have an opportunity to build a team, guys, inside of this business as well. This is platform number 2. So you have number 1 and you have number 2, so that you understand. Now, Coach JP, what can I do? Well, you can do Forex, you can build a team, or you can do what? You can do both. The beautiful thing is you're not locked into any one thing. It's all under the same what? Umbrella. So on this side, you're going to have training as well. As a matter of fact, right behind this presentation is going to be some training, but we had training earlier today with, you know, Mark Sterling, who talked to us about our new app. Oh, on this side, you have the ability to earn 4 figures a year, 5 figures a year, 6 figures a year. And ultimately, if you continue to grind, you have the ability to earn 7 figures on an annual basis. When you start to look at this, you're creating a residual income because you will get paid based on what you do every single week. And that income is residual, which means it will continue to come in. And what is our product on this side? It happens to be you. Our product happens to be the people that we're out here serving, the people that, have their hopes, their dreams, their needs, right? We are actually out here helping people to do whatever they need to do or want to do. So whether they want to do Forex, they want to build a team, or they want to do both, it doesn't matter. Either way, they have the opportunity to do it inside of this platform. So we're going to switch gears. We were first talking about Forex. Now we're going to start talking about building a team, growing an organization. So I want you, if you're taking notes, go ahead and switch your page, because now we're talking about something totally different. Understanding either way, Epic cannot make any guarantees on your income. All of this boils down to the fact that you're in business for yourself. And so if we don't make any guarantees on your income, we can't cap your income. As Stuart said, you can earn as much as you choose to go out there and earn based on your willingness to learn. And you can earn as little as you choose to earn, because it's your company. Nobody can tell you, right? Nobody can tell you what to do. But whether you're going to get a 1099 from your broker or you're going to get a 1099 from Epic based on what you earn, the beautiful thing is you get to write all of it off your taxes. So understand something today is that when you join us, you are starting a business. You are launching a company. Ergo, you have something that we call tax breaks that you just do not have. Anybody excited about tax breaks like I am? I mean, tax breaks that you just do not have when you are not employed. I mean, when you're employed by somebody else and don't have a self-employment component. But don't just take my word for it. I'm going to go over here to Dr. Ronald Mueller. And Dr. Ronald Mueller, this is the gentleman that wrote this book, by the way. It's called It's What You Keep That Counts, Not How Much You Make. Okay. And what Dr. Mueller says in this book is finally big tax relief for small business owners. Now, I want you to understand that when these tax laws were written 80 years ago, they were written by business owners. And of course, they were designed to benefit who? Can somebody tell me, if I'm a business owner and I get to write the tax code, who is that tax code going to benefit? Somebody, y'all talk to me in the chat. Who would benefit from the tax code that I wrote? If I'm a business owner, right? And I'm going to write you daggone right, Stuart. I'm going to write it to actually benefit business owners. Well, Congress is very serious about us being in home-based business because it produces a strong national economy. What's crazy is, Stuart, when we first started talking about this said that government will pay any taxpayer. It used to say $2,000 to $3,000. Now they're saying $4,000 to $6,000, because family, right now we need to empower more and more people to be in business for themselves. 3 to 4 hours a week to build your business, attempt to make a profit, and just keep some good records. I mean, you can download QuickBooks, self-employed for that. But the fact is that when you do that, you actually, your tax return, if you're getting a return, is higher. If you were breaking even, now you're starting to get a little something. If you had to pay some, now you pay less. Either way, it's a win-win situation. And for people saying, listen, throughout the year, I just need that extra income to help make my ends meet. Well, family, guess what? Just because you're in business for yourself, you can change your W-4 at work, and literally you're able to create extra income for yourself to the tune of $300 to $500 extra per month, because on your W-4, you increase your exemptions. It reduces the federal taxes that comes out. That means you bring home more, because as opposed to you giving it to them and they giving it back to you at the end of the year, you just get to keep it. But you can't do that if you don't own a business, because you don't have the tax write-offs to actually offset it. But what I love is this gentleman right here, because he really breaks it down. He really, really breaks it down. He talks to you about business, the fact that being in business is going to increase your income. But the way he breaks it down, I think, is very valuable. So y'all watch it as Mr. Bean breaks it down for us about taxes.
Business income. This is the fun part. Business income is strategy 2. Strategy 1, your money must go further by creating a positive what? Strategy 2 is business income. Business income is taxed at a lower rate. The net effect of having a business is that you pay between 18 and 23% taxes instead of 28 to 33. So you were paying 28 to 33, now you're paying 18 to 23. That means now you get to pay yourself first, because you can spend money now on your what? business. Give you guys an example. They say if you don't have a home-based business, just take $20 a day and throw it out the window. Now, I want y'all to really understand this. If you don't have a home-based business, you're overpaying taxes by about $500 to $600 a month. So some of you guys are gonna walk out of here a home-based business with a strategy. I'm gonna bring up some people and give them some checks. They earn checks from a home-based business. And if you don't have one, here's what you're doing. I'm gonna think about it, 20. I'm gonna pray about it. I'm gonna research it. I gotta go talk to the wife. I gotta go talk to the husband. While you praying, thinking, researching, talking, just keep throwing 20s away. Because that's what it's averaging you for your lack of knowledge on capitalism. $20 a day. The tax savings alone put $500 to $600 a month back in your what? Pocket. Net. So when you leave here today, while you thinking about it, praying about it, tomorrow it's gonna cost you $20 to think about it. That's not a big deal. Talk it over with your husband, talk it over with your wife, that's not a big deal. Tuesday, y'all still thinking about it. You only wasted $80, that ain't no big deal. Pray about it. By the time Sunday comes, you need to pray about it. Next Sunday, ask God if this business makes sense, ain't no big deal. You up to about 140, no problem. If you got it like that, I need to be doing what you're doing. Now, hold on one second. So while you're thinking about it, just remember this. Every day that you don't, the average per day loss I'll be on taxes, $20 a day. If you don't have a home-based business, I'm not pressuring you. I'm giving you the real deal. $20 a day, come on.
And you know how people say, well, I'm doing really good because I've got a really good job? The more you make, the $20 a day goes higher because they pay more taxes.
That's right. So if you got a really, really good job, you need to really, really get a business. Everybody got it?
So I like that one. I like that one. So let's now talk about the other side of your business. So I want you to understand, in your business, you have, right, he's show right, that's right, Cheryl. You have two divisions in your company. So I want you to think about it that way. So you just opened a company. You have two floors. Upstairs is the floor where the money is made in foreign exchange. That's part one of your business. Downstairs is where you actually teach and grow a team. You can choose which part of the business you want to participate in. But let me tell you some of the reasons why people say, okay, well, you know what? I would love to build a team, but I really don't know that many people. No worries. We have a platform. And if you saw the app today, we have a platform where you can do a little bit of attraction marketing. They haven't quite got the freeforex.com up yet, but it actually creates a little bit of a funnel where people can actually reach out to you. And if they like what you have, then they can actually, ask for more information. And then guess what? They get a chance to flow through to your business. So you don't have to be like Kimberly Battle said yesterday to me. She said, I'll probably get most of my people from Facebook, Google, and Instagram. Great. So if people was your kind of like your holdback, don't even worry about that because of A, this, B, the fact that the company says you only need 3. If you look at these slides, guys, listen, you only need 3 people, 3 scholars to go from a free education with this platform all the way down to $250,000 every single Friday. As a matter of fact, what is so bananas? I was talking to our owner earlier today, Mr. McCovey, and he was telling me he was on his way to work with one of the champions on his team. And this young man has just qualified here at $12,500 every Friday. Do you know how hard it would be to go to work if I had that? I'm just saying. But at any rate, so 3 scholars. But then the other thing is, family, the reason it's not hard to do, because even if you ran an ad on Craigslist or you posted a post on Facebook or Instagram, there are 42 million Americans, just Americans. This has nothing to do with around the world and around, in other countries, just in America that actually need to earn, some income because they have been displaced. The fact is you only need 3 of them. We got it? So if people was your issue, let's go ahead and strike that off, right? Well, how much does it cost? Well, you know what? We wanted to make sure that would be an issue for people either. So we kept it to the cost of you and your loved one, or you and your children going out to dinner one night a weekend, because the average, if you went to a seafood boil restaurant, is $99 for 2 premium bags. Matter of fact, Leslie, where we went in Tennessee or Kentucky, wherever we were, I saw one of the seafood boil bags that was $79 for one. So I don't know. So we kept it at $99. And guess what? The cost of what it takes to run a lemonade stand in America today is all it costs to run your business on a monthly basis. And even that can be waived. So let's talk about you getting started. You pay your $99. You're what we call a scholar. If you decide that you want to get your education for free every single month, then let us help you show 3 people how they could actually get started and have 2 businesses like you. One in Forex and one in building a team. They can do one, they can do the other, or they can do both. Y'all got it? But when you have those 3, what happens for you? Well, when you actually show 3 people how to do the exact same thing that you're doing, the company says, well, you know what we're going to go ahead and waive that fee for you. We're going to make that fee go to 0. Simply sign up to be an IBO for $24.99. And then guess what? Now that $99 fee is actually going to be waived for you. And as long as we're not paying you in the compensation schedule, you'll only ever pay $24.99. So if you're going to just do Forex, you sell off into the Forex sunset with just that fee. That's $24.99. Does that make sense? However, if you say, well, I do want to grow a team, right? I want to actually grow a team. So what will happen is you're going to show your champions how to do the exact same thing you did. Because let me ask you a question. I know I already drew on the screen, but how many people do your champions need in order for them to go from a free education all the way down to $250,000 every single Friday? How many do they need? 3. So when you show them how to get 3, just like we showed you how to get 3, so now team 1 has 3, team 2 has 3, and team 3 has 3, then you have exceeded the balance requirements needed to be a founder 500. The company is now going to begin to pay you $250 every single Friday. Every single Friday. If you multiply that 250 times 52 Fridays, do you realize that, I'm sorry, let me go back. I gave y'all too much money. You're actually going to earn $125 every single Friday. That's $125 every single Friday. That's $6,500 a year, family. And all you've done is you've shown 3 people how to help. How many people? 3 people. Let's keep it real simple. But here's the most amazing thing about it is this. Now, they're going to say, okay, well, you know what? Now that we're paying you, Christine, now you can afford to pay your $99. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to take that $99 and we're going to add it to that $25, right? We're going to take the $99 and we're going to add it to the $25. And guess what? What's going to happen is you're just going to take that out of your commissions. We're not going to take it out of your paycheck. And I'm going to try to show that to y'all guys in my back office in just a minute. So now, if you were to turn around and do the same thing, because if you said to me, well, I would really like to get to that $5,000 a month, Coach JP, well, it's very simple. How you get there is you help each of these guys get 3. So you're going to help this team get 3, this team and this team get 3. Well, now your person that you brought in has 4, 4, 4, just like you just had, right? Where did my board go? Oops. So she has 4, 4, 4, just like you just had, right? If you do the same thing here, that team 2 has 4, 4, 4, the same thing here, and team 3 has 4, 4, 4. So you notice they have now met the same requirements you met. They now earn $125 every Friday, $6,500 a year, right? But because you helped them to do that, your team is now at 13, 13, 13. Even though you only needed 12, 12, 6, right? Because we build our teams evenly. Now you've given yourself a raise. Now I want y'all to say who gave you a raise. Was it a boss that gave you the raise, or was it yourself, you, me, you that gave yourself a raise? See, this time you don't have to ask anybody, can I get a 50-cent raise? I was talking to Kenny, and Kenny was saying they promised him a 50 cent an hour raise after 90 days or something. When the 90 days came, they gave an excuse why I had to wait till 6 months. Well, now it's been a year, and now they're saying, oh yeah, you missed 7 days in the last so many months, so we can't give you a raise. Now there's an excuse. So then when Kenny screenshots and records everything, like when he checks in and all that stuff, and then when one of the guys went to the office and came back and they said, no, sir, he only missed 2 days, just like he said. Then the guy said, well, what do you want me to do, Kenny? We still not going to give you a raise. Really? Well, guess what you can do up in here? This is your company. This is your business. You don't have to wait for somebody to decide if you're worth 50 cents more per hour. You go out there and get it yourself. And that's the power of this thing, this platform. Every time you help another 3 people, to get started, for each one of your team members, you're going to move them to 500, and you'll move them to 500, and then you'll move to, 1250 every week, 5,000 a month. And then when you move them to 1250, then you'll move to, 2,500 every Friday, 10,000 a month. So as you continue to help your teams to grow, you're going to grow. Where does that happen? Right? Where does that actually happen? So the beautiful thing about this platform is exactly what you see. But it doesn't even stop there. It does not even stop there, because I want to talk to Rayshawn a little bit, because Rayshawn, you've had the ability to have something that we call spillover happen in your team, right? And so your team, and you've had the ability to, while you were growing and doing other things, you've had people that have not only, hit your team, right? And you're down under Jeff's team, who has had major spillover as well. If you could come off mute and just talk about the power of not having to do every single thing by yourself, but having, a team of people who actually go to work and actually have people to join your team. And so this is Tammy, and Tammy has already put in 3 people. How are you tonight, Miss Rayshawn? Are you off mute? Hold on, let me come to you. Hold on. And I did not ask if you could come off mute. So if you can't come off mute, I'm asking to unmute you now. Okay, there you go. All right, wonderful. All right, so Miss Rayshawn, how you doing? Did I get you off mute? Hold on. I'm sorry, wait a minute. Let me see. Well, so I don't know if I don't know if I'll be able to get you off. Oh, okay, Stuart, you've had some spillover, right? So do you want to talk about the power of spillover, or who just came? I just saw somebody come off mute. Who was that?
Yes,
Stuart.
Coach.
Yeah. Okay. So talk to us about the power of spillover and what you understand about spillover.
Well, the biggest power of spillover is simply don't go to sleep, because somebody may just pop into your group. Me and the wife, we checked our back office. We saw that, okay, we just started, so this is where we're going to go. So we have, we're starting to get our list together, and we go to bed. Then the next day, of course, I get up and say, okay, let me go back and start my lessons in the university. And I look and I see there's a person there. I'm like, who's this person? So I asked my wife, oh, did you recruit somebody? She's like, no. So we call Coach, and she said, oh, that's how the spillover works. We're like, cha-ching, okay, great. So we have one less person who we have to actually start into our group, but just seeing that we just got started and there's a person there, I was like, all right, we're off and running.
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, think about it, Stuart. We've had people who've had, like if we look at, this is Jeff's team right here. So down on Jeff's team, and Jeff is like you, he's a Forexer. So Jeff wants to do the Forex side of the business, but it actually down under Rayshawn, who was placed on his team, came Edgar, came Christine, came Hernell, came Deborah, and then this young lady named Tammy was placed on his team, and Tammy actually went out to get 3 persons. So if we looked at Jeff's organization with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then Hernell has 11, 12, 13, 14 people that are just down in his organization because one person was placed on his team. That's the power of how it can actually take off. And what blows my mind is that literally, Stuart, if somebody were to help this young lady that right here to maybe add another person to their team, literally that one person that they could add would feed everybody all the way up in this lineage. So Bishop Battle, we were talking about this yesterday, how that happens. Like, what company does that actually happen in? So if anybody is looking at this for the first time, if you're brand new looking at this and you understand the fact that, people will spill over into your organization. Sometimes somebody who spills over, for example, Nikki had no plans to build this platform, right, at all. And all of a sudden the team from UK gets started, and then poof, There's this huge team of people, and she got that off a Facebook post. So if you understand the concept, family, and the fact that we will be putting about 5,000 people on our team on or before the 30th of January, then you understand this particular thing, that it is smarter to get it started here, right, than to wait till everything happens and get started here. Because at least if you get started sooner than later, what's going to happen is, you know that some of this volume is likely to fall under you and your 3 teams. But if you get started down here, you know none of it ever will. That's the power of it. So one of the things people have been asking is, they've been asking, I'm rounding third base, boy, I'll tell you what. They ask, like, okay, for example, when you start to look at, getting paid, and how you get paid, how fast is it that a person actually gets paid in this platform? So what I want to do is I want to just show you that just real quickly. We're going to end the presentation a little bit differently. You guys know we have Epic Estates, where you actually have the ability to will your income to your children. It's $99 to get started. But let's just go into the back office on the builder side real quickly. And so I'm going to end it a little bit different. We've got training coming up. Our training is going to be on goal setting. We're mid-month, so it's time to set the goals towards the end of the month, reevaluate the goals from earlier. But I want to just show you inside of your back office how it actually works. Now, some of you know that I actually put myself in 4 times. I sponsored myself, and then I sponsored, for example, my team actually looks like this. There's JP here. One of my positions represents my mom. One of them represents my stepmom. And then one of them represents, I guess, just me again. But so this is my main position. The one you're looking at right now is that position, the main position. Each of these positions have acquired, I think the 3 positions at the bottom are now founder 1,000 each. So, but I want to show you really, really quickly how the income is actually made. So let me see if I can erase this so you guys can see. So when you actually qualify for a bonus, right? When you qualify for a bonus, and if you qualify for Founder 500, the company pays you the 125 that Friday. So our work week starts, Grace, at 3 a.m. on Monday morning. It ends the following Monday morning at 2:59 a.m. So if you'll notice, so this particular week, this was a let me get my marker. So this was what was 10/5? I think that was a Monday. It was 10/5 a Monday. Let me look at my calendar. I think 10/5 was actually a Monday. Yeah, so 10/5 was a Monday. So as immediately the 125 had been transferred to my account right after I qualified Founder 500. And so that Monday they deposited the 125. The following Monday, right? What was the 13th? That posted, okay, I think that was behind the holiday or something. I don't know. But anyway, the 13th, that posted on the 13th, right? Now, I had the ability to transfer it out, but I hadn't. At that time, I qualified at Founder 1,000. They deposited at 250, just like we just showed you guys in the presentation, right? The following week, they qualified at, still at Founder 1,000. 250 was deposited into their account. So then I went to do a withdrawal. The company is called Pay Quicker. It is an international company. And so that way you can have your funds drawn out in whatever the currency is where you live. Of course, mine being USD. Unfortunately, there's this $5 fee, but what I'm going to do with that fee is write it off my taxes because I'm going to get my money back. I'm just saying. So then I took out $495 and then the fees, which was the $500 right here. So your question may be, where did this go? This money right here, they actually held it, right, towards, because remember, when they start paying you, then they start withholding it from your commission so they can start paying your future expenses from your business. So that's how that actually went. And then if you look, guys, this is what's unique, right? So after a while, I kind of got a little clever. So you'll see that the come down, hold on. All right, so you'll see right here. So I want to show you how unique this is. Even though this is that Monday, for example, right here, okay, if you look at it right here, this is that Monday. I actually transferred it out the very, very next day. Y'all see that? Like, now it wasn't available to me. Like I started the transfer to my PayQuicker account the day after. I think there came down here. This was the day after as well. And then I think I did this one on the same day, right? See that? So I did the 9th. I actually did it on the same day, right? So what I'm saying is you don't have to wait. Like the company is not saying, oh, you qualified today, let me do some kind of forensic examination before you actually get paid. You get paid right away. And of course, again, there's that pesky little fee, but we'll be able to write that off our taxes. So this is what your commissions are actually going to look like. What I want you to understand is that the money is actually real. It goes to that PayQuicker account. Once you set up the PayQuicker account, they give you a virtual card. They said they mail you a card. I'm looking for that card in the mail as well. But the powerful thing about this particular platform is that you get a chance to monitor your entire team. Inside of here, they have reports. Here's where you can withdraw the funds right here. So when you click on withdraw funds, it goes to this one. Where did it just go? Shoot. When you click on withdraw funds, where did it go? So when you click on withdraw funds, you just put the amount that you actually want to withdraw inside of here. So this week that read 500. I put in 495 here. I click on PayQuicker, click on that. It transfers it out. All 500 goes, but PayQuicker, as you can see, gets their 500 bucks. So you can do that immediately when your funds show up, or you can just let it sit there, like Pastor Gerald is letting his sit there. But then you also have, family, you also have the ability to look at your team. You can look at your entire team, like you can look at one level, just your personals. You can actually look at your entire team inside of this platform, guys. And that way you can monitor what your legs actually look like, so that when you have somebody in your placement hold, you can know where you're going to actually put somebody. Does that make sense, guys? It lets you look at your entire organization so that you know where exactly you want to put people. That is the powerful thing about this business. So if you're thinking about it, family, listen, there's not a lot to think about. The fact is that there's two different ways. Hey, Eileen, the fact is that there's two different ways that you can actually make money. You can make money on the Forex side. You can make the money on the, I guess there's three ways. The Forex side, the business building side, or you can do both. Does that make sense? So you can choose which lane that you actually want to go down. But either way, it's all very, very profitable. So in 4.5 minutes, we're going to talk about setting some goals. I'm going to do a quick goal setting regimen with you because I want everybody to understand the power of setting goals. And since this is mid-month, either you're on track, I know I'm off track. Either you're on track or you need to, or you need to reset, or if you haven't set any, it's time to set some goals. Fair enough. So we'll be back here in about 4 minutes, and I'm going to play a little bit of music for you, and then I'll see you back here for our training. Thank you, guys. Let me stop this one.